Okay, hi there. We're going to do some hip release, mobility, loosening up between the hip and the knee for knee pain, hip pain, lower back pain. Okay, so I've got a roller, I've got a ball. I haven't got one of my smaller balls, but you could use a spiky ball, a lacrosse ball, the massage ball. This is a bigger one, but doesn't matter. And I've also got my mini band, but I've got a double ball here too. And if you've got two massage balls, you can put them in a sock or a stocking and tie it up, and then you'll get this same effect. All right, so let us start down with our roller. Okay, so coming down, what I want you to do, we're going to get in this area. I'm just going to go into the lower back first. So I want you to, I'm going to see I've gone sideways with it under my hip. I'm going to lift up and turn myself on an angle. And you can take as much weight if you find this too painful. So I'm just going to roll through this area of my lower back. Now, that's not too painful for me. Some people it may be more painful for. I'm going there. You can also use this hand to pull the muscles to get in a little bit deeper. So I'm grabbing and pulling round towards my belly button. That gets a little bit deeper into those muscles. Now I'm going up to my rib cage and back. Okay, so you can really take a lot of weight through your feet and lift yourself slightly off the roller. Like you can come up, you can put as much weight. I'm actually pushing quite firmly into the roller. And let's swap to the other side. All right, so I'm leaning my hip onto it. I'm tipping myself backwards, placing both feet on the floor, and I'm rolling just on that above my left hip, between my hip and my rib cage, into that soft tissue area. I'm going to grab that muscle with my hand and pull it round so I can get in a little bit deeper. So we're going to do some release, and then we will do some mobility and activation. This gets in really well for me, but it's not too painful. I'm not really tight as such in the lower back. Okay, now let's go back to the other side. Now ITB, you can just get it right under that bony part of your hip. Okay, now come sideways. Now get both legs straight. Now a lot of the times you roll, and I always yell at you all for going too fast with your rolling because you're actually not doing a lot of good. I want you to roll down just really, really slowly until you find a point that you think, oh, that's it. My new cat, my little kitten, it's been here for 2 days. That's its bed. All right, there's my tight spot. And rather than move, I'm just going to hold it here. Just breathe in into it. I've lifted my feet up off the floor so the whole weight is going through, and just releasing, no movement, no nothing. I can hear a little puppy. Hello. Hello. Okay, I'm going to move up a little bit more and find another spot. Now, I would hold it for 30 seconds to a minute. I'm getting kisses. Okay, hop off. That's very beautiful. All right, I'm going to go down a little bit further again. Okay, then I'm going to, before I do the other side, I'm going to pop that out the way. I'm going to grab my ball and I'm going to pop it just between, I want you to feel between the hip and the bone here. So you'll feel some fleshy bit there. I want you to pop it in there, and then I'm going to get you to lock. Oh, yeah, see, I got the spot. That's your TFL, tensor fascia latte. hold it there. Take your leg, top leg back behind you. And just let your weight sink into it. Again, we're not moving. Okay, breathe. Ella, pop out the way. Now, if you think you could go more, you're going to lift that bottom leg. Lift. And that is intense. And if that's tight, your ITB is going to be tight. That's going to affect your knees. That's going to affect your hips. It's going to affect your lower back. That's intense. All right, so again, if you don't have a roller, you can use the ball just like we did before. Now bring yourself side on. Now with that there, I would say you can roll yourself forward and back, or drop yourself, no, actually just here, I'll get you to roll yourself forward and back over that ball. You can slowly move it up and down, or you can press, release. Press. Now I am taking a lot of weight through this back leg. Press, release, press, release. Move it down a little bit. Now again, press, press, press. Move it down a little bit. You can do it longer. Now you can sit yourself down. So I've dropped that bottom hip to the floor, and I will get you just now to move your leg forward and back. So you'll feel it flicking because that's fascia, that's tight. You can feel that flicking forward and back. I understand. Sarah, you don't want to understand. This is nasty. Okay, take it down a little bit more. Again, just moving. Now you can bend that leg. Now just move that forward and back. You can also just hold it there. Get it down just above the knee now. Hold it. Now you can straighten the leg and bend. Straighten the leg and bend. Straighten, bend. Let the weight go into the ball. 5, 6. I always do 10s, as you know. All right. You can hold it out 10 now, point and flex. Tip forward slightly. So I want you now to get on the edge of that big muscle down here. Point and flex. Again, so I'm tipping forward slightly, straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. I'm going to work my way back up the thigh. All right, come up a little bit. So keeping it on the muscle. All right, just tip yourself forward and roll. Roll. All right, straighten and bend. Straighten and bend. Bring it up a little bit more. Okay, so just tip that leg. You can bring yourself slightly forward. So I'm not on the ITB band. I've tipped forward and I'm on that muscle that tightens up so much. Okay, I'm going to tip forward and tip back. Tip forward and tip back. Bring it down again, tip forward and back. And just do it in the areas that are tight. Okay, come down, bring it just below the knee, the bony part just there. Just bring it down there, hold it there. All right, let your weight sink onto it again. This can contribute to knee pain as well. So we'll just hold it there. You can pop both legs down on it, just let it take the weight. Point and flex that foot, which will intensify. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. All right, you can just do a little bit of a roll there. And how about we do all of that on the other side? Okay, so pop your ball out the way. Let's go. So we're going to start with that lower back. Or did we do that on? No, we haven't done that on the other side. Oh, yes, we have. All right, let's go to the ITB. So just pop yourself down. All right, hold it. Now you're going to straighten both legs. You can keep them on the floor or you can lift them up, which will put a little bit more pressure into that roller. And we're just going to hold it there and breathe. Now, if that feels all right, slowly move down just a little bit. And there's my point. And just breathing. Okay, so we're not moving for any of this. I don't want you to roll up and down. Okay, go again, a little bit further. Just find your tight spots and hold and breathe into it. 30 seconds, maybe to a minute if you're really bad. You can go a little bit further again. I'm off onto the cold tiles now. All right, let's get rid of the roller again and get that into that hip bone, between the hip bone and into that fleshy part just behind the hip bone. Lay yourself down. All right, so let your weight sink into that. That's boom, gotcha. All right, so you can straighten out that top leg. Let your weight sink down. You can take some of the weight through this back leg. I just want you to breathe and sink into it, because this is painful because we get so tight. We sit all day, or we're runners, or we walk a lot. Like so many actions we do through the day can get into tighten up all of the hips. Now, if you can, you're going to start to lift that leg. Lift, lift, lift. Okay, let's move that down into the ITB again. So you can just hold it again, as we did. Just let the weight sink on there. Now you can tip your body forward, back, keep that top leg on the floor somehow to give yourself some balance. Move it down a bit. So you let yourself take as much as what's comfortable for you. We are all different. I'm moving down again. So as we get down towards the knee more, this gets a bit tighter for me. All right, going down again. And then I'm going to tip forward slightly, so I'm getting it right on the edge of that muscle. And then I am going to rock forward and back. All right. Then I'm going to let that hip sit down on the floor. All right, keeping it under that knee. And I'm going to lift that foot off the floor and I'm going to roll forward and back. You can do that up a bit further too, just rolling. This still is actually ITB. You can work with your spiky ball, the tiny little one. This one's got a bit of give in it, so it's actually not too bad. Come back down under your knee. So tipping forward slightly, so we're getting onto that muscle. I want you to bend and straighten. So I've slightly got this leg rotated down to the floor. Seven, 8, 10, point and flex. Let the weight sink onto it. Right, come and bring it up a little bit. Yep, and bend and straighten again. So again, I'm still slightly rotated forward. And bend and straighten. So just, if it's tight, move it, move into it. And there's no strict pattern. Like you can do all sorts of things to release. You can roll forward and back. You can point and flex. Back down just under that knee joint there, side on. So the side of the calf. I've lifted up my foot and I'm just going to point and flex here. Now I find that that's quite intense for me. Roll forward and back. So you can do little circles, you can go up and down, you can point and flex, you can bend and straighten the leg. All right, release. Okay, let's try the little double one now. So we'll get, so I'm going to get you to pop it. So it's just going to run alongside the muscle there. And we're going to lay partly on our, so I'm tipping forward, the weight's going through this top leg. And I've got it just above my knee. Now I'm just going to roll slightly. And then I'm going to tip forward and tip back. So it palpitates the front and the back. Now I'm going to move down a little bit. Forward and back. Now as that kind of palpitates into my ITB, that gets quite strong. It's strong on my quad as well. So you can do little, just work little areas at a time. Now I'm going to roll all the way over onto the front. All right, I'm going to come back down by the knee and I'm just going to roll the bottom third. The bottom third. And you will, and again, you can bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Okay, that's intense. You can rock side to side. Okay, get into the middle part. Okay. I look like Cousin It with my hair everywhere. All right, forward and back. Side to side, bend and straighten. Intense, intense, intense. All right, come back again. Forward and back. Forward and back. So don't get up into your groin, but I'm high thigh now. Side to side. And bend and straighten. Okay, let's do the other side. Okay, so can get it just on the edge of that, just above the knee. So we're kind of working into ITB and the quad. And I'm going to roll just that little bit. And then I'm going to rock forward and back. Forward and back. I'm going to roll again. And then I'm going to rock forward and back. Oh, this is intense on this side. I'm much tighter on this left side. Get down a bit again. And then forward and back. All right, coming down. So just, you know, you can spend more time in an area. All right, so it's above my kneecap. All right, so above my kneecap, planted just there. All right. And I'm rolling up and down. So my right leg is guiding this, and then I'm going to rock side to side, and then I'm going to bend and straighten. And then I'm going to move to the mid part. So you will stay there longer. I'm going to roll up and down. Now you can see I'm going really slowly. And then I'm going to rock side to side. And then I'm going to bend and straighten. All right, you're going to go one more, the upper. All right. Rolling forward and back. And then side to side. And then I'm going to bend and straighten. You wait till you lift that foot up off the floor and do the bend and straighten. It is intense. Okay, let's get that out the way. All right, I want you to stand up now. Okay, so holding on to a wall, sweep the leg across out to the side. Okay, working into that hip, getting a big range of movement, loosening up through that. I could spend a whole day going through little loosening up techniques. I love it. I love how it makes your body feel. I love how it releases and allows you to move better. All right, let's do the other side. we're just doing a quick one here. We will start running these mobility workshops in the studio again really soon, hopefully. We can still do 10 people. Two more. Okay, now I'm going to get you to come down. This is called the 90-90 position. So I want your, watch out the way, Sylvie. So get your back knee lined up with your hip. So that's my left side. Knee is lined up with my hip. Right one is lined up straight in front of me. My torso is facing straight in front of me. All right, so this one's internal rotation through that hip. This one's external rotation. You'll usually find this internal rotation maybe a little bit tighter. I want you to lean with a straight back. Lean into it and release. Now, I probably wouldn't have got that far down if I hadn't done all that release work first. All right, let's just hold it for about 30 seconds. All right, come up. Now I want you to turn to that left knee. Now this will be hard. I want you to try and lift that left foot up. Try not to hold on or lean to the side or lean forward. I want you to stay up as high as you can. Now try and lift. Keeping that knee on the floor, lift that left foot. It almost feels like you're going to cramp. Go with it because you're targeting areas that are untouched and untargeted. It's really hard. All right, see if you can hold it up for this one. All right, release. Now I want you to lean back and get a stretch down the front of this leg. All right, come back, lean forward again. And let's do the other side. All right, so 90-90. All right, lean into it and release. So this isn't a bouncing move. I'm controlling the movement down and movement up. I'm going to hold it now. Now I'd like you to try and hold it for 30 odd seconds. I will not hold it that long for the sake of this video, otherwise we would be here all day. All right, coming up. I'm going to turn to that knee. All right. Now I want you to keep your body straight up. Try and lift that right foot. So I'm pushing that right knee into the floor and lifting the foot. Now you're trying to keep your torso straight up. We're not leaning forward. We're not leaning to the side. So if you can't lift the foot, doesn't matter. The action of lifting it, of trying to lift it, will engage those rotators. All right, I'm going to do about 6 more, and on the last one, we're going to try and hold it. I haven't got much lift there, but it's really cramping into that right bottom. All right, I want you to hold it up. All right, release. Take the hands behind you. Leaning back, you can go all the way down onto your elbows if you like. I'm just not getting myself too comfy. So I'm getting a stretch all the way down here. Release. Come back down here. Release. Okay, bring those legs in front. All right, if you can take your hands off the floor, let's do that. Dropping the knees. So knee to floor, knee to floor. You will walk a little bit forward with this, but that's okay. 6, 5, 4. I am moving onto the cold tiles. and 1. Release. Okay, now I want you to come up onto your hands and knees, take that left foot forward, and I want you to lean, really lean into this right hip flexor. All right, you can take that right hand up, little tuck. Then I want you to turn around and try and reach towards that left bottom. Release, coming down onto your forearms. Now, I want you to tap that left elbow to the floor and twist up. Left elbow to the floor and twist up. Now, you might not be as flexible as me. You might have to keep that right arm straight and twist. Elbow and twist. Elbow and twist. And twist. 2 more. 1 more. Elbow, twist, release. Let's do the other side. All right, leaning into it. Lean, hand up. All right, now I'm twisting around to touch that right bottom. Okay, release. Coming down, all right, we're tapping right elbow to the floor and twisting. Right elbow to the floor and twisting. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Okay, kneeling up tall. Left foot forward now. I've got my right foot behind me, flexing that foot, squeezing that glute, a little tuck. Okay, just going to hold it here. Now we're going to take that leg out to the side and lean into it, tuck, release. Do that again. Lean into it, tuck, release. 1 more. Lean into it, tuck, release. Leave that leg there, hands to the floor. Sweep that left arm through as far as you can. Bring the hand back, pull your bottom back, release. Take that right leg out a little bit wider. Sweep that left arm through as far as you can. Bring it back, pull your hips back. Now you can do up to 10 of these. Take that right knee a little bit wider. Sweep your left arm through. Hand back and pull your hips back. Release, changing sides. I'm kneeling on my left foot, flexed foot, squeezing my glute, little tuck. And I'm holding. And I'd like you to hold this for 30 to 60 seconds. Keep that lengthening through here. Take that leg out to the side, lean into it, release. Now in the next video, I'm going to show you, because this one's been long enough, a hip flexor release. All right, so we're going to take that leg out to the side, hands to the floor, sweep that right arm through, bring it back, pull your hips back. Come forward, take that left knee a bit wider. Take your right arm through, pull it back, take your hips back. Bring it forward. Again, take that left knee a bit wider, reach through, hand back and pull back, release. Okay, so now what we do for some activation is pop our mini band on. I'm not going to stay here for too much longer. All right, standing into a squat, side steps and back. Now, I would take the length of the room, except you will lose me. And again. And back. Now, I would also follow this up with getting down and doing some bridges with the band on and some clams. But we'll follow that up another time, won't we? And back. All right, so there is a number of things that will help you release your hips. So hips down to knees, ITB, and give you some better movement. I hope that helps. Please do it. Thanks. See you.